So, good evening, good evening, good evening. We are back again. We are going to talk about Arsenal fans still absolutely crying and moaning over a goal against Newcastle a couple of weeks ago. The audio has been released. It's been released and it's caused meltdowns online. Oh, there's an agenda. It's a conspiracy. Oh dear, they never learn. They never learn. But anyway, big up to everybody inside. Make sure you are smashing the like button up. That'd be great. Big up to everybody who's subscribed. We are fully en route to 90k. We're over 89.1k now. Make sure you check out the Ramsdale video that I did yesterday. Big up to nearly 30k that have watched that one. And yeah, man, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Leave your comments and super chats down below. And let's get into this Pgmol released audio. I can't play any of that because I'll get done for copyright. But they did release the audio. And again, for me, I think it was absolutely quality. Yeah, I watched it it's only about 4 minutes long. But when I was watching the game, I was like, it's a goal. Then when I see some of the reverse angles and stuff, I was like, maybe I could see why they'd ruled it out for the push on Gabriel. But then watching it back so many times since I have done, did he really push him? I'm still not convinced he pushed him. Just because you've got hands on somebody's back doesn't mean you've actually forcefully pushed him. And we all know, having watched Gabriel Magalhaes since he's been here, that he falls down quicker than Katie Price's knickers. And let's just be real with it. The way he collapsed on that, I mean, come on, seriously. I've had more contact around the Mercadona bread aisle bumping into trolleys than I have ever seen with Gabriel Magalhaes. Like, come on, man, this guy dropped so quickly. But anyway, the key talking points on that is some of the quotes. I have no conclusive evidence that it was a foul. I have no conclusive evidence that the ball was out. And I have no conclusive evidence to suggest that it was offside. And when I've watched that clip, and I've watched it so many times, like I said, it's about 4 minutes long. The way they break it down, the way they're all communicating with each other, I actually thought it was really good. I can't lie. And it just so happens that Arsenal fans don't. There's a surprise. Because they always have to be the victims, a lot of these people. Oh, it's always against us. Cry more. Yeah, at the end of the day, VAR didn't stop us having more than one shot on target in that game. And funny enough, we didn't have a single shot on target after that incident. And that was in about the 70th minute. So I feel embarrassed, guys. It's a disgrace, guys. Disgrace. Well, I don't think it was a disgrace. And I'll tell you why. That for me, it's not about what VAR have said, because I think what they did say, yeah, is absolutely spot on. I want to read this out. This is off a Goals website. I'm going to read this whole thing. The released audio reveals the conversation that took place between the referee, VAR assistant, VAR, as they reviewed the replay. VAR Andy Madley said that we could find no conclusive evidence that the ball had crossed the line before Joe Willock's cross. He then revealed a possible foul on Gabriel Magalhaes, saying, I don't see a specific foul on Gabriel. I see two hands on his back, but I don't see anything of a push that warrants him flying forward like that. Now, I totally agree on that. If you go back and watch it, listen, still pictures, it looks like, oh my God, he's definitely pushed him. But still pictures are not what you want to be looking at on a replay. You want to be looking at the replay and you want to be watching it in real time. Maybe slow it down. But again, if you slow it down, it always looks a lot worse, whether it's a push, whether it's a high challenge, a two-footed challenge. It always looks worse when you slow it down. You have to watch it in real time and watch it from multiple different camera angles. But anyway, let's carry on. Regarding the possible offside, VAR Stuart Burke concluded, assistant VAR Stuart Burke concluded, I don't know where the ball is because the ball is being hidden from Joel Linton here. So I don't know where the ball is, and you've got no conclusive evidence of Gordon being ahead of the ball. So with the reverse angle that you've not got any opportunity of where the ball is. With that, in my opinion, I think that you have to award the goal because there is no evidence. And this is the thing. I totally agree with that. If you can't conclusively decide that firstly the ball was out of play, then you can't give the ball out of play, can you? Whether that's my team, Newcastle, or any other team, if you can't say 100% factually correct that that ball is 100% over the line and out, then you have to say it's in. Now, my issue with this isn't the fact that the officials have let it stay in and said it's in, because again, there's no official way of telling if it was in or not. For me, why haven't you got a camera angle of that? And that comes back to the Premier League. Yeah, that isn't a VAR issue. That is a Premier League issue. Yeah, that is an issue at not only Newcastle's ground, but lots of grounds. Yeah, we've seen Saka score a goal. I can't remember who it was against. He scored a goal, but they had no angles to see whether he was offside. And he looked miles offside. That was last season. I can't remember what game it was. Didn't see Arsenal fans having a hissy fit about that one, though, did we? Because that one went for us. And again, the push on Gabriel, I'm still not convinced that is a push. So if it's not convincing that it is a push, it is now subjective. And if it is subjective, that is now down to the discretion of the officials. And if they're all in agreement that that is not a push, and it's not conclusive 100% that he's got two hands in his back and launched him, then again, you can't give that as a foul. Doesn't matter whether that upsets people. That is the facts. If you can't 100% say that, yes, I can clearly say that is a foul and he definitely pushed him, then it's not a foul, is it? And again, the two camera angles for the potential offside. Well, like I said, I've watched that 4-minute long clip of the audio with the footage, and I'm sitting there going, well, they've got it right. Because again, the two angles of the potential offside, you can't see the ball. Because Joel Linton and Gabriel are shielding the reverse angle, the behind them angle. Yeah, and I've seen another angle where the lino is on the side and there's an angle from behind the lino, so a further away one. You can't see where the ball is when it's going across to Gordon. Then the other angle, so it's facing them, again, you still can't see the ball. So again, on that basis, if it's not 100%, then you can't give it as offside. And my issue is not with VAR in this case. Listen, VAR is crap. We all know that. Yeah, and the reason it's crap is because a lot of it is subjective. And the reason it's subjective is because they don't have the facilities or the technology to be able to call out these decisions 100% factually correct, because they don't have the technology in the stadium to be able to do it. So instead of having a go at VAR every week, why don't you have a go at the Premier League every week and actually sit there and call them out for not having the facilities in the stadium to be able to get camera angles bang in line? When they do the offsides, it's always the angles like this on the pitch going from corner to corner. Why isn't it going straight down the middle? Why don't for VAR, for offside, you have it when they've got the camera panning around on the string, dipping down and high and all of that to get in front of the managers and the players and all of that? Why don't they have VAR like that for offsides or for decisions of the ball out of play? Or, again, in this Gabriel and Joe Linton one, for the offside on that one? Because people are going to constantly call out VAR. And listen, I didn't want VAR. I think it's just a big waste of money and time and effort, and everyone's a little bit confused as to what happens on a match day. But at the same time, in this particular case, this just seems like one of them freak cases where all three of the decisions, we don't really know. Maybe they are, maybe they aren't, but there's no conclusive evidence. And if this was in a court of law, it would get thrown out, you've bust case. So as harsh as it is, the goal should stand on that basis alone. Maybe the Premier League should have a little look at what they're doing and get cameras set up in the stadiums. I mean, there was a game, I think it was Liverpool against someone. There was no camera angle to, and there was the Man United one with Rashford. Like, there's so many camera angles that are so far away. And let's be real, a ball is a sphere. The football is a sphere. It is a ball. It is a circular, round sphere. So it's going to look like it's out of play when the camera angle is 20 foot back and up, because now it looks like it's well out. But if the camera angle was dead down the barrel, then it probably ain't out. And I don't think that was out. I can't lie. Yeah, the foul, I don't think it's a foul. It's soft. And the offside, we can't see it. So, I don't know. Listen, there'll be people watching this that are saying, oh, you're bound to say that. You're anti-Arsenal. Yeah, well, listen, I couldn't care less. Cry in the comments. Thanks for watching. Come back tomorrow because I'll be back again tomorrow. But at the end of the day, the Pgmol and VAR haven't stopped Arsenal having one shot on target all game. They haven't stopped Arsenal attacking Newcastle's goal. They haven't stopped Arsenal making proper subs to go and win the game. They haven't stopped Arsenal disappearing and shriveling in that game at certain times, getting dominated in midfield with the German giraffe walking around looking like he's lost his dog. So when Mikel Arteta's coming out at the end of the game is a disgrace, guys. They feel embarrassed, guys. How about shut up, yeah, and learn how to build some attacks this season that warrant having more than one shot on target. Yeah, and then you won't have to sit there and start crying at the end of a game about VAR. Because like I've said, if you go and watch that audio and the way they explain it, that's probably the best one out of all the audio clips that we've heard and that have been released as to what's actually happened. They didn't take 2 seconds and just make snap decisions. Yeah, and people were crying about it like, oh, it took so long. Well, would you rather rush it and get it wrong then? Like, who cares how long it takes? What's the rush? I don't understand what the rush is. Why are you rushing it? You want the right decision. For me, unfortunately, for all the Arsenal fans out there that think it was hard done by and, oh my God, we've been cheated, I actually think they've got it right. Yeah, when it happened, I said, no, that's fine. That's a goal. Then I see some of the reverse angles. I thought, well, maybe he did push Gabriel. Having watched it about 150, 200 times, Gabriel was going down so easily before he even put his hands on him. And it's not like he's launched him. He's literally just got his hands on him. Just because you've got hands on somebody doesn't mean that you forcefully pushed them. Yeah, so listen, it is what it is. It's unlucky for Arsenal, maybe. But for me, I think it's the right decision. And all this does for me is highlight the fact that they need better camera angles in the ground. They spend all this money on players in this league, all the TV money, everything else, the manager's wages, all the facilities and all of this crap. Yeah, that's all great. Well done. How about the Premier League spend some money and actually go and get camera angles set up properly so that we can actually see if the ball's out of play. We can actually see if the ball is offside or if the player's offside when the ball is played. Yeah, instead of sitting there all subjective, not knowing, actually, if it's not 100, we can't give it, which is right. If you're not 100% sure, you can't give a decision. So it is what it is, isn't it? But listen, let me know your thoughts and all of that down below. Like I said, if you want to cry, couldn't care less. I'm back again tomorrow. What time? About 1 p.m. UK time. I'm doing a live stream on here with Saeed, Northside and Flawless. So make sure you come and check that out. Make sure you check out the video I've just dropped on the second channel at Lee Reacts, talking about Roman Abramovich and alleged offshore account payments to players and staff and ex-staff. And yeah, go and check that video out. And I'll have a video out there on that channel again tomorrow as well. But listen, it is what it is. Yeah, sometimes it goes for you, sometimes it doesn't. Sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe shit. And in this case, like I said, I think the way they've explained it and their thought process behind it, you have to go with it because it's not 100% nailed on that any of them three things actually took place. So there we go. Leave your comments down below. Make sure you are smashing the likes into the moon, into oblivion. And make sure you are subbing to the channel and leaving your comments and super chats down below. 1 p.m. tomorrow, back on here. Check out Lee Reacts as well. Go and check out the Roman Abramovich video. And we're out of here. Adios, amigos. Ciao.